Eliminate all Axis forces.
Hey guys, how's it going? Beast here, bringing you 2 games today. Call of Duty World War II. So these are 2 games using stuff that I don't use too often. This first game, I'm going to be shotgunning, but really more submachine gunning, using the PPSH. I don't know. I watched a video of Scump, Optic Scump. If you guys know who he is, I'm sure you do if you're watching this, or maybe you don't. But he's a pro player for Optic Gaming. Probably considered, a lot of people consider him the best player out there. And I was watching his stuff, and he is an absolute animal. The things he was doing were ridiculous, and he was playing like a ranked league play or something, and he was using the PPSH. With a rifle barrel, but just the way he was doing stuff was just inspiring me to want a submachine gun. Okay, let's look at this. There's no grenade indicator for me. None. So he throws it, and it's less than 10 feet away from me, and then I run to the right, and never once did I see a grenade indicator. I saw the grenade come at me, but I didn't see any indicator. It's BS. So, he's an animal, and he was just doing things with the PPSH, and it really inspired me to use the gun, because I've used it before, and for years I've toyed with the idea of, becoming a submachine gunner, but I'm really not that good at it. I'm not that good at, there's like a different type of approach you have to have when you're submachine gunning, and I don't have that approach. I'm more focused on, see, like that, like guys at a distance, like that's assault rifle range, So I shouldn't have even attempted to do that. But that's the kind of distance that I pay attention to, so that's why. And this is when it starts the fun right here. So this is when the fun starts. And there's another level of awareness you have to have when you're submachine gunning like this, because you're constantly aware of guys that are going to be getting kills. And so you have to be way more aware than you would be otherwise. And that's something that I like. But I can't really do as well. Like, there's just a different way you have to approach things because you can't get from a distance, so you have to bring yourself up into close range so you can actually do some things. And in this case, I actually end up doing some stuff here with this. And it's weird. It's hard to explain, but you're way more in tune with the game. If you guys have seen any of my Forza videos, I talk about that a lot in Forza because there's this heightened level of awareness you have to have, these heightened senses that you have to have in order to be able to drive at the highest level. And that's something that I haven't really had in Call of Duty in a couple years. And submachine gunning will definitely give you that, because you're just, you're running and you're just completely on the hyper bleeding edge of being as hyper aware as possible, so that you can always be getting the kills and have quick movements and stuff. So I did pretty well with this, and like I said, I don't really use submachine guns. I've probably used them for a couple hundred kills. I think I have right around 8,000 kills total, and I would guess only a couple hundred are from submachine guns, so really not that much. But when I'm doing well with them, they're real fun to use. See, there's a 10 kill streak there, and this is this is what I'm saying. Like, I love this. This is the Snake 2, which is a different variant of the PPSH. But I do like submachine gunning. Like I said, the problem for me is I tend to not know how to approach guys. Like, if I was running somewhere and a guy got me from a little bit of a distance, I wouldn't know how to charge up and get to him. I wouldn't know how to sprint and get him from a distance that makes sense for the submachine gun, because I don't use them very much. And I also don't know the right speed to push around. Obviously, it's not just running, charging around as hard as possible all the time. There is a little bit of camping involved. Once you find a decent spot, like earlier when I was back in their spawn, wasn't necessarily camping back there, but I was kind of moving back and forth. And I actually ran out of ammo right there, which I wasn't prepared for, so I'm surprised I got the kill. But, there's just this, you have to be able to stay in a certain area, but also stay mobile, and it's a little bit, it's not a skill that I'm used to having. And that was just an idiot thing on my part. I thought for sure that was going to kill him, and it did not, so kill streak comes to an end. But yeah, the start was really hot. I didn't really finish all that great, unfortunately. I ended up 18-8, which, that's 2.5, I guess. I'll take that. But, for such a hot start, and a 10 kill streak, it's not the best. that means after the 10 kill streak, I went 8 and 8, basically. So yeah, I mean, not the best, but you know, like I said, again, that's just my lack of skill and playtime with the submachine gun. And something I didn't realize about those bombs, because I don't ever use them. I'm only using them because I have to right now. There's like a limit to how far you can go with them, so you can't really go all the way to the side. So right there, I didn't get a kill because I tried to do it all the way to the side. But yeah, I mean, it's just a totally different playstyle, and you know, people who've been playing this for years. I started noticing on Black Ops 1 that submachine gunners were the guys who were doing all the work, and guys who were pushing around and stuff. And so, kind of, you know, I still like being an assault rifler, but submachine gunning is really fun. My second problem with submachine gunning, other than not knowing really how to push and get up there, is coupled with that. I usually end up dying a lot because I don't have that, like, I don't really have a way to halt it, if that makes sense. So it's fun to do, but I don't really have a way to keep my deaths down, and so I end up getting a lot of deaths. And you know, most of the games, it's not terrible, but you know, I think like the game after this, I think I went like 15 and 14 or something like that, or a couple games after this. So I definitely don't have the ability to stop dying when I start dying a little bit, like if I start getting a little frustrated, especially because you're always just, you know, running really hard. And I don't know, see, like that, I mean, I actually take that as a good sign if I'm shooting my teammates like that, because that means I'm not waiting long enough to make sure the name doesn't pop up when I start shooting them. And you know, you don't want to be shooting your teammates, obviously. It gives away your position, waste bullets, but in that case, I actually took it as a good sign, because I did it like 2 or 3 times this game, and that's how, you know, how heightened my senses were, and that's how much I wasn't really paying attention to like the mini-map or anything like that. Just really trying to do the best that I could. And I thought I heard some footsteps, so that's why I went back. But yeah, I mean, it's diminishing returns for me after a certain while. I can pick up a submachine gun, I can use it for a few games, and sometimes I wreck. But then as soon as I use it for a couple of games, it just starts going downhill from there, and then I end up not making it work. Right here is so dumb. I mean, seriously, man, how do you pop up like that and still end up shooting first? I don't know. I don't get it. But yeah, so I mean, you know, that was terrible. This is my aim starting to go all over the place, because you get to this point where like you're swirling your stick left and right to try and, you know, spray people down, and that just doesn't serve well. And I end up doing the same thing with my rifles too. A lot of time when I'm playing fairly well, I'll just start doing that and just like spray down your rifle. So at the beginning of the match, there was a guy in here who was a high prestige that I've never seen before. So it has to be at least something past 6, because I've never seen it before. And I don't know what they look like, so I'm pretty sure. Oh, yeah, it actually does show him right there. The guy, the Hooter guy. So I've never seen that before.
Axis forces.
And yeah, so the second game is kind of the opposite,
take position.
but not
Enemy
really.
inbound.
It's a different way. So if you hear, I'll let you hear real quick. Check out no footstep sounds. Check this out. Normally you'd hear wood clunking right now. See, so all you hear is just me. And right there, I was trying to line up the jump shot. Thought I hit that one. Definitely thought I hit that one. And then he moved smartly because he saw what I was trying to do. But listen, no metal clunking in my footsteps or anything.
Breaking their backs.
See, so this is a different type of awareness. So this is, I actually kind of prefer this kind, because I'm much better at this. It takes me a second to line this shot up. I'm way better at this than I am at the other stuff. So for me, it's like, you know, I can lock down this kind of top area, and I can, you know, get guys that are at the distance, because I love these long shot type things. I've always been a long shot guy. Just for some reason, I always am looking off into the distance. But I love sniping. Again, I don't do it very often. This is the only map, this, and then the USS Texas I snipe on also. But, I mean, there's just, this game I was kind of just going off on these guys. I mean, I was just doing some stuff.
Counterintelligence aircraft ready.
Like that? I mean, dude, come on, man. Like, I don't know why I tried that, but I don't, you know, as much as I don't snipe, like, I really hate the quick scoping. Like, I would consider quick scoping, you know, basically anything where, like, the guy's close to you. But if you're getting guys at a distance, then it's not really quick scoping because it's not gonna, you know, like the margin for error is a lot. You know, like when he's real close to you, you can miss by 6 inches. But if he's across the map, if you miss by 6 inches, you're like 10 feet to his right. So it's not the same. So I love the long distance kills, and if I can scope in as quick as possible, I tend to have that same mentality that a lot of like the type of quick scopers have, I guess, where as soon as I shoot, I'm like scoping out. It's just, I don't know. You see that a lot when I shoot. See like that, I'm pretty much scoping out immediately, and it's really so I can move on to the next kill. Because, you know, if you stay scope, you know, a lot of, like in Search and Destroy or something, there's this whole strategy that I used to use where when you'd snipe, you snipe and then you just stay scoped in, because then they can't see where you are. Now, I think this game shows you kind of outside, but, and I heard his footsteps there. But, you know, there was this thing where, like, when you scoped in, it was all black, and so you just, you know, shoot someone and then you would just stay scoped in so you could hide your position so they wouldn't know where you were. But yeah, I mean, it's just, this is where my shots started to be missing a few shots. My accuracy got kind of shoddy here for a minute. And I don't know why. I mean, I thought I was doing well. Maybe it's not here. Maybe it's in another minute. But I thought I was doing pretty well. And I just kept missing shots. And I was pulling up too quick. And I don't know what I was doing. But sometimes that happens. And so it was kind of, you know, it was a good start to the game. And these guys were just, I mean, look how slow this game is. 22-9, and we're 3.5 minutes into the game. Like, that is just absolutely ridiculous. That is an obscenely low amount of kills. So I end up finishing this one 25-11, which is just, I mean, just barely below my score per minute. So, I mean, I tried to keep the pace up, and it was really only reason I kept the pace up was because I was doing so well against these guys. But they were just, I mean, it was just so hard to, like, once I started missing a few shots, I kind of got off my rhythm for a minute. And, you know, there's kind of like a rhythm and an amount of time you want to wait before you shoot. At least for me, because I try to be more of like a sniper, you know. You'll see me lead a lot of shots. You'll see me hesitate sometimes and wait and line up a shot. And, you know, when you see them in kill cams and stuff, like, for me, it's never as impressive as other people that I see do, like, quick scoping type stuff. But it's like, that's not what sniping's about for me. For me, sniping is all about, I mean, like this. Like, silent footsteps, being basically invisible, hiding yourself behind an object or two even, or between two or even three or more. The more you can get between you and the other person, the better. And then picking them off. See, like right here, oh, not right there, but, you know, there's just, you see me, you know, trying to hide myself as much as possible on these railings. I don't want to, like, expose myself just a little bit, just so I can see. And I think this is where I start missing the shots. So there were 2 missed shots, both of which should have been, or could have been hits at least. But it's, you know, when you're going that fast, it's kind of hard to tell. But I love, and here, see this guy too. See, again, I thought that should have been a hit. I mean, eventually I get him there, but, you know, it's just, I can't wait for the Car 98. I'm really trying to unlock that. I almost call this a Mosin Nagant. This Lee Enfield is pretty good. I remember Call of Duty 2, me and my friends used to have, like, split screen lobbies where we, you know, they'd come over to my house and we'd play, and we would have, like, Webley battles, which was like the British pistol that I haven't seen in a Call of Duty game for a long time, but it was a Webley pistol. And then we would do stuff with the Lee Enfield and the Car 98, both of which were single fire rifles, which is sort of like a typical iron sight. And so, yeah, we always had fun with those. But this Lee Enfield has a 10-round clip, and it's actually really good. I was actually thinking during this match, I was like, man, I'm actually hitting a lot of shots. Like, I wonder if I might just stay with this instead of the Car 98. But I have a feeling once I use the Car 98, I don't think I'll go back. Because this thing, you know, as good as this thing is, it doesn't quite have the power. And even the Springfield, I like the Springfield probably even a little bit better than this, because it has more power and more one-shot power. You can, you know, knock guys down a lot faster. See that? I mean, that felt like it should have been a hit to me. That one definitely not. That one too. I mean, like, that definitely should have been a hit, I thought. But hey, you know what? I don't make the rules on the game. I don't, you know. It's like that. You saw me lead that guy pretty far, And same with that one. Again, I thought that should have been a hit, but hey, whatever. And so, you know, this is what I'm saying. Like, this is what you see is me. You know, I like to lead the guys on. That's my favorite part about sniping. Is just. See, that was pretty quick. And that actually ends up being the game winner right there. I was hoping I could get a third one. That's why I looked right and left so fast. Because I love a triple kill sniper is rare to get in the game winning kill cam. Because you can't hesitate. Like, if you shoot, and then you shoot, and then you pause for half a second, and then shoot the third guy, it's not going to register all three of those as a triple kill in the game cam, in the game-winning kill cam. It'll still count as an actual triple kill, but it won't show it as the triple in the game-winning kill cam. So I've gotten triple kills before that didn't showcase, so it pretty much has to be bang, bang, bang. And you have to get a guy with all three of those. And I've done that. I thought I did that once, and it didn't count it. So that's what I was trying to do. My next goal is I want to get a 360 in the game-winning kill cam. So it has to be a situation where I see two guys, and I know I can get both of them, and then I have to get a headshot on the first one, and then 360 and get the second guy. But see, right there is the issue with this gun that I don't like. Even if you hit him in the upper chest, it's not always a one-shot kill, and it does say that it's a one-shot kill to the upper chest. And see, that guy was smart there. I don't know if he did that on purpose or not, but it does say in the description of the gun that if it's a one-shot kill to the upper chest, and see, that was a good one too. It says if it's a one-shot kill to the upper chest, but it doesn't always do that with this gun. If you don't hit him completely cleanly, then sometimes it won't kill him. And while that's, you know, semi-realistic, I was trying to get this guy there, and he moved. But if you don't, you know, if you don't have a clean, clear shot, and this is what I'm talking about right here. So this is me trying to shade multiple different areas. So there's actually two obstacles between me and a person. So, like, I mean, if you think about, like, if you see the little amount that I can see over their head, and that's super unfortunate, but if you see the little amount that I can see over their head, that's basically how little of my head is going to be showing for them. So that's what sniping's all about for me. I love it. I love the long game. That's why I love PUBG so much, because it's, you know, it's a long game. It's a tactical game. It's a, you know, game of like subterfuge, and I don't know if that's the right word, but there's not really like any sort of you know, role playing or anything. Like, I think subterfuge means, like, you know, that's what like spies do and stuff. They're real like shady, but yeah. But I mean, I don't know. It's just really fun. I thought these were interesting because I've brought you a few sniping videos, but I don't snipe very often. So all the videos that you've seen of me sniping are basically like the best matches that I've had sniping, and so this was one of the better ones I've had. I think probably the most kills I've had sniping, maybe. So anyway, thank you guys for being here. If you like my content, subscribe. I've been uploading every day, so make sure you check back soon for another video and hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys for all the support. You guys are awesome. I will see you in the next one. Appreciate it.
Great work. They are in full retreat.